Okay, so for this recipe, you will need a food scale, and you're going to add 380 grams of water into a large mixing bowl. Then you're going to add 1 packet of normal dry active yeast and mix well. Then add 500 grams of whole wheat all-purpose flour. Now mix that until the dough becomes one big round sticky ball, and now we have to wait for the dough to rise for about 12 hours, and because I didn't want to use disposable plastic wrap to seal that large mixing bowl, I just put the dough into 2 Tupperware containers. And after 12 hours, your dough should look like this. Now, generously flour your work surface and your spatula and scrape the dough out of the container. Now this dough is very sticky, so you're going to want to use a lot of flour to make sure it doesn't stick to your hands, and you're just going to pat it down to get rid of some air bubbles and form it into a rectangle so that you can cut it in half. Now if the dough is still sticky, put some more flour on it, and what you're going to do is fold the dough in on itself and then roll it out into a big snake, and repeat these steps for all of your other pieces of dough. And put your pieces of dough on a non-stick baking mat that has been floured and cover for 1 hour to let it rise. Now we're almost ready to put our dough in the oven, but first you're going to take a pair of scissors and make 45-degree incisions across the dough, and make sure you poke down those pointy tips because they will be sharp once it's done baking. And once that's done, you're going to get a little spray bottle filled with water, and you're going to coat the baguettes with water before you plop them in the oven, which should be preheated to 550 degrees or the maximum temperature of your oven, and you're going to leave the baguettes in the oven for 10 minutes. After the 10 minutes is up, take the baguettes out of the oven and give it another spray of water with that spray bottle, and then plop them back in for about another 5 minutes or until nice and browned. And we're done. Just take your baguettes out of the oven and let them cool down before you cut into them. I hope you try out this recipe. It's super easy, no need to get white refined bread that's high in sodium at the store anymore. And as always, keep making those vegan gains.
Beef. What a relief. When will this poisonous product cease? This is another public service announcement. You can believe it or you can doubt it. Let us begin now with the cow. The way it gets to your plate and how.